Yo, what's up? This your boy Derek Brunch here, same discussion on Strike 7 Sports. Now, I just want to talk about the recent news concerning the New Orleans Saints, and that's about the Saints hiring defensive coordinator Dennis Allen to become the newest head coach. He is the, I would say, dang, I don't know how many coaches Saints have had over the years, but they haven't had one in a while since Sean Payton was hired back in 2005. So that's a long time. 16 years with the team was a long time, but they have it. The Saints name Dennis Allen as the new head coach. Announcement came today. It was a big like a week long progress, I would say, because he interviewed Eric Bieniemy for like close to 9 hours, according to the reports. He interviewed Brian Flores. He interviewed Eric Glenn, who had some ties to the team. Interviewed Doug Peterson. Supposed to interview Byron Leftwich, but that never happened. Interviewed Darren Rizzi. Pete Carmichael decided to take himself out of the running for it. Wants to remain with the offensive coordinator, I'm assuming. But Dennis Allen was the preferred choice. He's familiar with the team, has coaching experience in the past with the now Las Vegas Raiders. It used to be called the Oakland Raiders when he was coaching the team. That was a bad time, when he was coaching the Raiders. He was coaching the Raiders at a really bad period in their history, in their franchise history. When they were at the time where the Raiders were like one of the worst teams in the NFL. I believe Dennis Allen selected Derek Carr that year, but he didn't finish out the year with Carr. Was fired. Um, it just, he was a young head coach at the time, man. I think he's still a young coach, in my opinion, for coach years, in regards to their age. But he is now the Saints head coach. So what happens next after this, man? What are the things that he needs to address as the head coach going forward? Now that he has the position. I know about we all know about the Alvin Kamara situation, which we found out a lot more of that story today, more the detail. You still haven't seen that video of what really occurred. We just went by the reports, the stories that have been put out, the quotes and all that, and it just hey, looking good for Alvin Kamara and all that. I mean, most likely going to get suspended from it, probably 4 to 6 games, in my opinion. But that's just a whole different topic, for another day. It's mainly about Dennis Allen. Number one for him, I would think, that quarterback position. I know he has a plan. I know that he wouldn't if he didn't have a clear cut plan on how to address the quarterback position. I don't believe he would be the Saints head coach. I think they'd win with Eric Allen. He has a plan. I know he has a plan to fix that position. Um, Defense is legitimate. It's legit. We may lose a few guys off the unit, but we got some good guys. Some guys coming up, good replacements, and that could hold those spots down. And Pitt Paulson and Debo, guys like that. Not Paulson and Debo. Pete Warner. You got some young players up and coming, man. Um, and the wide receiver, position, we know about that. How that affected the team last year. We didn't have a reliable guy to hold it down throughout the entire season. While Michael Thomas was recovering from that injury, that surgery. Marcus Callaway showed some growth as the during the last stages of the season. But we got to address that in the draft, either by the draft or free agency. That wide receiver position, that's number two, in my opinion. Number two right there. Number three, the free agent situation. As far as who we keep and who decides to we decide to part ways with. And we got players like Teron Armstead, who's an unrestricted free agent. We got PJ Williams, who could possibly leave, but I think he's going to come back. They're going to give him a more incentivized deal, more that a deal that's longer than 1 year, because that's what he's been getting these past couple of these seasons. 1 year deals, not that much. The guy brings a lot of continuity to that defense. familiar with the scheme that's being ran, but he showed a lot of improvement this year. You know, so I think he comes back. But the big one is going to be Marcus Williams and what they decide to do with him. They give him a franchise tag that was thinking around the ballpark of like $10 to $12 million, if I'm not mistaken, last year when they tagged him. So that's another issue right there, you know. And whatever analytical site you go on, whatever site you that ranks players by that position, like Pro Football Focus, Pro Football Network, ESPN Plus, The Athletic, they recognize Marcus Williams as a top 10 safety in the league, and um, the contract that its market value was pretty high based on what I've seen. So those three issues right there, where he has to attack, you know, once everything kicks off in the off season, as far as quarterback position, wide receiver, you know, who's going to be that guy, that next guy, that's going to line up opposite of Michael Thomas, and the free agent situation. Who comes back with the team? You know, Marcus Williams, P.J. Williams, Teron Armstead, Quan Alexander. Who else is out there? I think Deontay Hardy, if I'm not mistaken, but I think he's a free. I'm not sure he's a restricted free agent or not. Davenport. You know, we got a lot of questions that need to be asked, but I think he's best. He's best. He's better. He's suited for the job. You know, I was okay with either way in the direction the Saints were going to go. If they decided to take hire I'm tripping that Eric Bieniemy, I'll be fine with it. Or if they decide to go with Dennis Allen, I'll be fine with it as well. I just think that both coaches have their positives and negatives in regards to if you hire them. I don't think one had one coach. I don't think one candidate had an edge over the other, unless it was Doug Peterson or Flores. Well, not Flores, but unless it was Doug Peterson that they were going to go with. But other thing I would like to know is what 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 are the new things that you're going to incorporate into this team that Sean Payton didn't? You know, as far as new ideas. You know, I think what other faces, fresh faces you could bring into the team. That's like a coach or somebody that we don't know of that could come in and help this team out. You know, but I think it was the right move. You know, I think I'm fine with it. You know, it brings a lot of continuity to the team, keeps the culture intact. You know, we got guys that are in the prime of their careers. We just need make a few moves in there, here and there, to make the team a Super Bowl contender. As I've said in the past, a few weeks ago, I think the team is 3 or 4 players away from being a Super Bowl contender. So we'll see how everything's going to play out, though. Well, anyways, man, that's all I have for y'all for right now, man. Give me a like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Let me know how you feel about the Dennis Allen hire. Are you excited, nervous, or you know, excited, nervous, disappointed in the decision to go with Dennis Allen? Also in the description box below, check out strike7sports.com for latest content. Well, strike7sports.com/Saints for latest content on the One Saints organization. Have a blessed night. Peace. Who that? I'm out.